These are the plaintiffs, Trevor McPherson Sr. and Trevor McPherson Jr. Trevor Sr. says his son was hit while riding his bicycle by a car driven by the defendant, and the uncaring, irresponsible woman is ignoring his request to pay the medical bills and the value of the messed up bike. The defendant should be thankful nothing more serious happened, and she should have just done the right thing in the first place by paying him the $238.88 she owes. This is the defendant, Joyce Bowl. She says the plaintiff, Trevor Jr., whizzed through a stop sign without stopping, going the wrong way down a one-way street, and he wasn't even wearing a helmet. Luckily, she had her foot on the brake, and she was just rolling, because if she was accelerating, he could have been killed. A cop was behind her and saw the whole thing and made a report. Bottom line, she did nothing wrong. She can prove it. That's why she's not paying them any money. She's accused of clipping a kid.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. The plaintiff says the defendant nailed his son while he was on his bike, but the defendant says the kid was going the wrong way on a one-way street and wasn't even wearing a helmet. It's the case of your driving ain't jiffy.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome,
okay, Trevor McPherson Jr. and Sr.
Yes.
You are suing Joyce Bowl.
Yes.
For $238.88, the cost of the bicycle and medical copay because there was an accident. All right. You were on your bicycle?
Mm-hmm.
How old are you?
16.
All right, what happened?
I was...
Actually, can you come up here and maybe show? Oh, is that the bicycle? You brought the bicycle. All right. Okay, you be the bicycle. We actually have a bicycle on a magnet. I love this. Love my staff.
All right. So, I guess this was her coming up. And here was another car right here.
Okay.
So, I was riding up here.
Okay,
going...
you put yourself like on the block. Were you in the street or where were you?
No, I was on the sidewalk right here.
On the sidewalk?
Yeah, I was right here. And then I was going to 4th Street Park to play basketball.
Okay.
And I seen both cars stop. I looked both ways and no cars were moving. So I proceeded to go up. So I was on my bike riding slowly across. And then as I know it, I hear an engine rev up. Before I even look, the car hits me right here.
Okay, I have a question. Your bike was heading where? Had you not been hit, which way were you heading?
I was going straight. My bike
You were going to go straight and then do what? Go left?
No, just go straight.
Just go straight.
Yeah.
All right. Is there a stop sign where you are on the street that you're on?
I believe there was a stop sign here, but no.
Is there a four-way stop? Does everybody have a stop?
I'm not.
There isn't.
Okay, hold on one second. Do you know or you don't know?
No, I don't know.
Okay, but according to you, you see her car stopped.
Yeah.
And then you think they're all giving you passage. Do you know if the car in front of you has a stop?
I believe,
You have no idea what the stop situation is.
The car that was here had a stop sign, and she was right here.
Right.
So I seen both cars stop, saying that's a signal.
So the car in front of you has a stop sign, and you believe you had a stop sign too?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then
And you're not sure if 4th Street has a stop sign?
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I'm not sure
Okay.
about that.
Well, are you sure now after the accident or no?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
And then, so I thought that was a signal to go. So I went, and as I know, I got hit on the back by my back tire.
Okay.
And then I fell.
Did you get hurt?
Got a couple of scrapes, that's it.
Okay, good. Mercifully. All right, go ahead and go back. So, Dad, how do you find out what happened?
I was actually in Florida visiting my mother. So his mother was the one that called me to tell me what happened and so forth.
After everything?
After everything, correct.
Okay.
And,
So,
And she was the one that went to, pick him up at the hospital and so forth.
Okay, you ended up in the hospital. How come?
They said that since I'm not over 18, that I can't sign
just as
off.
a precaution?
Yeah,
They wanted
just as a precaution. That I
Okay,
have
did
to
you hit
return.
your head or no?
No.
Okay. I mean, you always have to be careful if you hit your head. Even though you think you're okay, you hit your head, you go to a hospital and you make sure it's okay.
Well, and plus there was a police officer that was a few cars behind, I believe.
Yeah.
And did that police officer write a report?
He did.
Okay, can I see the report?
Okay.
While you're handing me that, can you tell me what happened?
Yeah, those are not the right directions for those, for what happened.
Okay, why don't you come over and show me?
Thank you, sir.
This is a southbound street, Jefferson. I was on here.
So you had a stop sign?
No.
Okay, then reorient yourself, okay? Because
So this is-
that's
this is-
Jefferson, that's 4th. Are you on
This is
4th or on Jefferson?
I'm on
Jefferson.
I'm on Jefferson, heading southbound.
Okay.
There's no stop sign on this street.
Okay.
This is a westbound one-way street. This is a southbound one-way street.
Okay.
In Hoboken, all the streets are mainly one-way.
Okay.
He had a stop sign.
Okay.
This car.
So that stop sign that's there is there, but for 4th Street
Right, I don't have to. I have the right of way.
on Jefferson.
I don't have to slow down. I can just keep going.
And then there's the bike. Put the bike where the bike was.
It's in the middle of the street.
Okay.
I slow down at every intersection in Hoboken. I have my 1-year-old in the car
Okay.
because a lot of the taxis go through the stop sign.
Okay.
So
So
I-
according to you, 4th Street,
Is a
4th Street is
westbound-
all one way, according to you.
It's a westbound street.
Okay, and then the westbound traffic has a stop sign.
Yes.
And he's heading in the wrong direction
In the
on
middle of the
4th
street.
Street. Okay. And that's how
The
the
impact
accident
in the
happened.
middle of the intersection here.
Okay. All right, so can I see a police report? Is there really a
Yes.
police officer right behind you guys?
Two cars behind was a police officer.
All that is on the police report is Pedalist says he was traveling, east.
Yes.
Oh, that would be opposite to traffic. Were you
Yes.
traveling opposite to traffic?
I was on the crosswalk. I remember that.
Let me just first make sure. I need you to understand the
Sure,
map.
this is where
This
that's
is Jefferson, and this is 4th. Were you on 4th or on Jefferson?
On Jefferson. I was on Jefferson.
Okay, you know that the police officer.
Wait, Jefferson is no. I'm sorry.
says-
I'm on.
Right.
I was heading towards.
Were you on 4th or were you on Jefferson? I just want to know, your bike was traveling on 4th or your bike was traveling on Jefferson?
I believe 4th then. As
Okay.
It's gotta be here.
So now, and the officer says in the report that you told him you were heading east on 4th.
No.
Okay. All right. Now, do you have pictures?
I have pictures of the intersection.
Yeah, let me see your pictures. Who has the stop sign, Dad?
There is no stop sign that I saw.
There is a
traffic
stop
control
sign.
device. What? What were you saying?
It's
why
on the
why doesn't the police officer write in the report there was a stop sign? Did he?
There is. It's on here, and you can see there's a diagram. It also shows where the impact was and where he was traveling.
Yeah, the diagram kind of shows it exactly the way you say.
You can show exactly where it happened.
This is a stop sign, right? Mm-hmm. And that stop sign is facing that way, right? Okay, so that's westbound traffic on 4th?
Right, she's heading. It's a one-way coming
And
down.
she's heading this way on Jefferson. Mm-hmm. Is that right? Okay. So.
No, because Jeff.
Look, guys, it's super simple. Does she have a stop sign or doesn't she? Because if what happened was he misread the cues, then stuff happens. Thank God that this wasn't worse.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't mean that she's responsible for it. My job is to figure out who has the right of way. So who has the stop sign? The traffic on 4th or the traffic on Jefferson?
Jefferson has the stop sign.
Okay, well, that's what we're going to find out then. Because that's not, what
Because
he
if
just
he's
said was.
if he's going from 4th from one side of the sidewalk to
It's
the other,
very
there is
simple.
no stop
He's
sign
on
there.
4th. He had told me he was on Jefferson, but he changed that. He said he's on 4th, which is what the police report says. The police report says he's going in the wrong direction on 4th if 4th is all one way. Really, the best evidence of where a stop sign is in the police report. So, out of curiosity, what did you do when you got the lawsuit?
I called my brother. He's a police officer, and I sent him the police report. So he said, just, don't engage.
Okay, so did you engage, though, at some point?
So I got a second letter, and that
Okay.
said that I had to go to court.
Okay.
So I called up.
Uh-huh.
At that point, I thought, you know what? Maybe the kids were afraid to tell their parents that they were driving down the middle of the road with no helmets, and maybe they were afraid to tell their parents this. So I thought maybe the parents don't know what's going on.
Right.
So I thought I'd just call up and say, look.
Here's a police
Your son
report.
was at fault. He was lucky not to get issued
right. He's not telling you the whole
violation.
story.
And, luckily I wasn't hurt. Your son wasn't hurt.
Right.
My baby wasn't hurt.
Right.
Everyone was okay.
Well, your baby was never going to be hurt by it.
Well,
okay.
it easily could have happened that if I hadn't
Yeah, if you'd
slowed
swerved, hit another car, yeah.
down, I had an infant in the car.
Yeah.
Anybody could have been hurt.
Okay.
We were all lucky. We should be grateful.
Okay, who'd you talk to?
I spoke to the mother.
And how'd that go?
Bizarre.
Why?
So, is this kid automatically responsible because he was going the wrong way?
Yes.
I mean, does that automatically make him responsible?
Yeah.
So, the person who's going in this way, Do they have a duty to look both ways if it's a one-way street?
Of course.
Really? If it's a one-way street, you have to look in the opposite direction to make sure somebody's not going the wrong way?
You have to know your surroundings. You're on the road, anything can happen.
You buying that? You have to look in the direction where cars shouldn't be going?
I think you should look, but I still think the kid's at fault.
The kid's at fault. Okay, going inside the courtroom.
She said that I had ruined her son's baseball career, that he had a helmet and he was walking on the sidewalk, and they had videos to prove it, that I was texting. And I said,
Baseball.
okay.
That is bizarre.
I think we
Baseball.
should
That's
hang up the
untrue.
phone. And I hung up the phone. I said, I gotta go.
He doesn't even play baseball. Where did that come from? That's
I don't know where that came from.
My wife
I don't know.
never
It's
tell you. He
kinda
doesn't even play
surprised.
baseball. He played basketball.
Okay.
I'm not sure where
Okay,
that's coming from.
you know what? Maybe I
Basketball?
ruined his basketball career. Could be.
Okay, did this ruin your basketball
He had a
career?
Band-Aid on his leg.
He had a
from the
Band-Aid on his
ambulance,
leg.
yeah.
All right, so if the stop sign is in fact, as the police say it is, why don't you tell me on what theory is it that she would have to pay for what happened?
Well,
I mean, you realize
Can
you
I
have a
just point
police
something
report
out
that
first,
says
though?
that your son wasn't on Jefferson. Your son now says he wasn't on Jefferson, he was on 4th.
I guess the big discrepancy here is from what my son's telling me, as opposed to what's on the police report. And I guess that's
A little bit.
where.
Honey, but just let's just put an end to this. Like,
Yeah,
what
'cause-
street were you on?
I was on 4th going up.
There you go. We're done. You know, verdict for the defendant.
I don't get that.
Well, here they come out of the courtroom, the plaintiff's side of things, step in here. Well, you know, the evidence proves that he was going the wrong way on the wrong street.
I guess I got misled on some information, so.
Okay.
But I think it's appearing on my part. I was following up, but as it turns out.
All right,
that's not the way-
what's the message now here? Now that it's all over, luckily, thank goodness he's okay.
Be absolutely more careful when you're riding your bike and so forth. You know.
You saying that to me?
No, to him.
Yeah, well, maybe you should look at him.
We've already told him that.
You've talked it over?
Yeah.
How's the basketball career?
Good.
All right, good. If you were football, maybe you could do an Odell Beckham kind of thing with that hair there. But it's basketball. All right, well, good luck.
Thank you.
Be safe now. Be careful.
Okay.
Health is the most important thing. All right, so step on in here. They don't win their case, but fortunately, that young man is okay.
Well, that was my main concern, and I have to say that, you know, he's lucky. He's got his dad was great, and he had a brother with him at the time, and they're just really fine kids. They're really good kids, and I'm really glad that everyone was all right. Everybody came out safe.
Okay, all right. Harvey?
Okay, I mean, the reality here in terms of negligence is there is no good reason why this defendant would have to look to see if somebody's going the wrong way.